I have Chris Moretti here with me. I'm very excited today to be interviewing you. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about inclusion in Africa and some of the positive steps that have happened, but also some of the challenges that we face as a continent to, move forward in that area, and a bit about your career as well. So first of all, I'd like to kick off by asking you about the fact that, the world is becoming more inclusive, certainly towards the queer community, but there are still existing stereotypes. What are you most keen in terms of stereotypes to break down in Africa in particular when it comes to the way that queer people are viewed?
Yeah, Andrea, I think when I look at Africa as a continent, when it comes to LGBT and inclusion and these kind of different stereotypes that we're constantly talking about, I think the one that I will definitely highlight is there's a lot of sexualizing, people from the community, where people are just always looked at from that point of sex, like that is all they're about, and then also apart from that, another stereotype which it's a stereotype that is created by culture and religion when they say, people who are gay are not religious, like you wouldn't understand why someone is gay and yet they are still believers, like it's kind of like just locking them out and just saying, no, you are not believers, you're not people, you're not children of God, and all those different kind of things. So I think for the continent, when I think about it from an African context, those are the two things that I will say are still there, which we're trying to fight, to try to show that people are more than their identity, people are more than their sexuality, people are more than, just putting them in a specific box. They are human beings, and that's how they need to be looked at.
Yeah, because it's so limiting in terms of just seeing people.
I take time to paint out pictures to people because I realize that people do not read the fine print, when it comes to activism and advocacy. But once you bring the picture closer home, once you give them a story that will make them feel that could be my son, that could be my daughter, that could be my dad, that could be my colleague. The power of storytelling is you bring everything so close home that someone does not have time to think about hate.
Let's talk a bit about those platforms now, because digital platforms do open, the world to a sense of inclusivity. Do you think that social media has shifted how the African youth perceive the whole topic of diversity and inclusion when it comes to the queer community?
Me is very important, and I've seen the power that it has given me, and that is even given people in my community here in Kenya and in Africa at large. So the digital space is a space for activism, for advocacy, and for storytelling, and we cannot ignore it. The world, in America, in Europe, but really we need to remember the continent and say, what does it actually mean, to be out in Africa, to be a gay person in Africa who says, this is me, this is me, I'm leaving. What are the challenges that people go through? What are the victories that people go through? How liberating is it, So for me, that was the reason why we did that webinar, just to say, I'm out, I'm a gay woman, and genuinely, what does it mean to be out in Africa? And what can we do to change the situations? Keep on saying, the future is brighter, I never look at where we've come from. That is what happened for us to get where we are right now. The future is brighter. So the biggest challenges in Africa for the youth, in the LGBTQ community, are the laws, the religion, the culture, lack of education, lack of knowledge when it comes to these matters. And when I see these kind of conversations happening, of course, on diversity and inclusivity, I want them to continue happening in spaces in Africa, because knowledge is power. And when people understand that, okay, we can't be 10 people in a room who are very diverse, but then I have a responsibility to be inclusive. It starts changing things. Yeah.
And finally, I want to ask you what you hope the audiences here today take from your presence at the summit.
I think I want them to remember that Africa as a continent has a lot of potential, when it comes to diversity and inclusivity. When it comes to the LGBTQ space, there's a lot that we need to do. I keep on saying, let's shift our focus. We have done the best that we could ever do, big strides in the Western world. Now let's try and do it in the African continent. We are ready. We are bold. We have no fear, and this is the spirit that we want to constantly trickle down, through and through. So I think I would want them to remember that there are people in Africa who are big on these issues. There are people in Africa who have the courage to change the world. There are people in Africa who are bold in their skin, in their identity, and it just needs the kind of support that the Western world has been getting for a very long time. Now we also need to remember the continent for us to be able to move the conversations further, and genuinely, knowledge is power. So we have to keep on doing it.
Hi, my name is Rafaela Schweiger and I'm joining you from Berlin, Germany today. I'm the Program Director of the Migration Program at the Robert Bosch Stiftung, and I'm excited to be part of this creative community here at the Future Summit. Through our collaboration with the Siegel Family Foundation, we've been able to support innovators, thought leaders and practitioners across the African continent. And we are committed to do so in the future. Global challenges require local solutions. This is especially true for repercussions resulting from climate change. People in affected areas and communities will have to adapt, build resilience in their places where they live. And some people will have to move and find new places of belonging. While we seek international solidarity and commitments on the issue, we believe it needs local action at the same time. And this is why in our area of engagement, human mobility in the context of climate change, how we call it, we aim to build a platform of practitioners, local leaders and international actors to work together on the issue. And we hope for others to join this commitment and this work. Thank you, and I look forward to everything ahead.
It can be a painful experience to forcibly find refuge in another country. And the layer gets deeper when you have your loved ones left in an unsafe place. But how does one move past this trauma? Well, there is a way. I recently stumbled upon a fantastic article about a South Sudanese refugee in the Rhino Camp settlement who completely turned a seemingly hopeless situation into a horizon of opportunities. Through his organization, the Community Technology Empowerment Network, CTEN, Peter Butali is helping refugees in Uganda stay in touch with their loved ones in South Sudan, a true embodiment of reinventing self. Our next spotlight is on a similarly incredible organization that uses entertainment and artistic expression to promote intercultural harmony, mutual understanding, and peaceful coexistence. Let's head over to the Zeleka refugee camp in Malawi and hear from Trezor, a refugee from the DRC, who decided to change the course of the story and possibilities for refugees in the warm heart of Africa.
There are 51,000 people living in the refugee camp, mainly from the DRC, Rwanda, Burundi, Somalia, and many more countries. In 2008, I was forced to flee my home country, the DRC, due to political disturbances, and I moved to Malawi, where I now live as a refugee at the refugee camp. In Malawi, refugees do not have the freedom of movement, the right to work, the right to run businesses outside the camp, or the right to education in Malawians' public schools. When I arrived in Dzaleka, the situation was very difficult for refugees. Due to this, I was inspired to found Tumaini Letu. promote the social, cultural, and economic inclusion of refugees. Our flagship project is the annual Tumaini Festival, which promotes peaceful coexistence, mutual understanding, and intercultural harmony between refugees and the host communities, as well as boosting the economy of the communities at Dzaleka. We are planning a hybrid festival that will take place from the 4th to the 7th of November. And for this festival to happen, we are going to launch a crowdfunding campaign on Kickstarter. And we will ask everyone to contribute financially and to share the link with their friends and family so that this festival can take place.
My people, my people, my people. Oh yeah, my people. Welcome back. This is Future Summit 2021, and we'd like to say a big thanks to the Seagull Family Foundation and the BMW Foundation. My name is Tetu Shani, and to my left is Kasiva Mutua. You guys have already been acquainted. From here, it's just vibes, baby. Let's go. Who is that? Tetu. Tetu Shani. Who is that? Tetu. Tetu Shani. Who is that? Tetu. Tetu Shani. Who is that? Tetu. Here we go. I haven't had a wink of sleep all night. I haven't had a wink of sleep all night. I haven't had a wink of sleep all night. Wondering if you're alright. Hey. I haven't had a wink of sleep all night. I had to clear my head, get my mind right. I haven't had a wink of sleep all night. Wondering if you're alright, hey. Wondering if you're alright tonight. I toss and turn, it feels like a dream. But the smell of your hair, it lingers on me. The taste of your lips, the warmth of your body. Ba-ba-dum-bum, tonight I toss and turn, it feels like a dream. But the smell of your hair, it lingers on me. The taste of your lips, the warmth of your body. You leave me sleepless at night, oh baby, leave me. Hey. I haven't had a wink of sleep all night. I haven't had a wink of sleep all night. I haven't had a wink of sleep all night. Wondering if you're alright, hey. If you got a girl, then hold her tight. Put a ring on and make her your wife. And if you got a wife, then treat her right. With a kiss, make a smile, make sure that she's alright. Hey, with a kiss, make a smile, make sure that she's alright tonight. I toss and turn, it feels like a dream. The smell of your hair, it lingers on me. The taste of your lips, the warmth of your body. Ba-ba-ba-bum tonight. I toss and turn, it feels like a dream. But the smell of your hair, it lingers on me. The taste of your lips and the warmth of your body. Yeah, 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 yeah. You leave me sleepless in Nairobi, believe me. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, bam, 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 ba, ba, da, ba, ba, bam, ba, bam. Bam, 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 ba, ba, da, ba, ba, bam, ba, bam. Bam, 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 ba, ba, da, ba, ba, bam, ba, bam. Ah, I'm like, hey, what's up, hello. I know it's late, but I've been feeling kind of low. Can I tell you something good, something nice, something sweet, a little spice. Something good, something nice, something sweet, a little spice. I'm like, hey, what's up, hello. I know it's late, but I've been feeling kind of low. Can I tell you something sweet, something nice, something sweet, a little spice. Something good, something nice, something sweet, a little spice. Something good, something nice, something sweet, a little spice. Something good, something nice, something sweet, a little spice. Tonight I toss and turn, it feels like a dream now. But the smell of your hair, it lingers on me. The taste of your lips and the warmth of your body. Ba-ba-ba-bum tonight. I toss and turn, it feels like a dream. But the smell of your hair, it lingers on me. The taste of your lips, the warmth of your body. Who's that? It's Tetu. It's Tetu Shani. Who's that? It's Tetu. It's Tetu Shani. Who's that? It's Tetu. It's Tetu Shani. Who's that? It's Tetu. Kasiva, let's break it down to that section again. Here we go. Bum ba da bum bum. Bum ba da bum bum. Here we go. Believe me, yeah.
Thank you, Tetu Shani. Great to see you again with another wonderful performance. Of course, you kicked it all off for us at last year's 2020 Future Summit. So good to have you close us out again today. So I want to know how many of you got up to dance. I know I was, so let us know in the chat right now. So this brings us to the end of our closing plenary and this year's Future Summit. I'm certainly leaving the studio inspired. So thank you so much for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed today as much as I have. Of course, we've engaged with some incredible speakers, and we hope you've also made some new connections as well. We really do believe Africa is the future, and it's just wonderful to see so many young people leading the way. As I said, that's it for this year's Future Summit. Thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you, hopefully in person, next year. Bye.
Wow, what a day. Can you believe we've come to the end of the 2021 Future Summit?
And what a day it has been. We've certainly come a long way from our first Future Summit that we held in person in Lilongwe, Malawi in 2019. What was your favorite part of the Future Summit this year, Beatrice?
I enjoyed going on the virtual site visits to Lagos, Kigali, Tunis, and the lively panel discussions. And of course, the entertainment.
It truly has been an amazing day. On behalf of the organizing team, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to all the participants who logged in today. We know it's been a long day. Some of you joined really early, but you've kept it lively throughout.
A huge thank you to all our panelists, speakers, site visit hosts, and our amazing production team. We could not have done this without the tireless effort of all the change makers who shared their lives, their work, and their experiences with us today.
We would also like to express our gratitude to our host, June Sarpong, who is slowly becoming the face of the Future Summit. Thank you for joining us again this year, June, all the way from London.
All the sessions from today will be available on this platform's event for a few weeks. And in case you want to recap or you want to watch a session that you missed, we shall upload the content on the SFF YouTube channel. So stay tuned for more of Tetu Shani and Siti the Band all the way from Zanzibar. We also have spoken word poetry from Mufasa. And to close off the dancing, a DJ set by Chmba.
The networking area will still remain open for a little while longer so you can make more connections. Let's take this engagement and the energy of the Future Summit to social media. Don't forget to hashtag Future Summit 2021. Thank you and good night from Lilongwe.
Asanteni sana and good night from Nairobi.
Welcome to the Future Summit 2021. Thank you to the Seagull Family Foundation and the BMW Foundation for making this happen. Now, are you ready? Because I am. My pastor says, it is hard to raise a child today, especially in a world where Aladdin is a thief, Sleeping Beauty is lazy, Snow White lives with 7 men, Batman drives an automobile at 320 kilometers per hour, and Cinderella is a young girl who comes home past midnight. My pastor says parents should not punish their children while in rage. They should calm down first, then administer punishment when they're relaxed. I wish my pastor had talked to my mother before I was born, because man, the first time life became hard on me as an adult, I became a poet. I told myself I'll never steal, until the time I performed before an audience and someone said I stole their ear. For 12 months, they couldn't listen to any other poet. I stole their ear, and I've been doing this for years now. I can do it with my eyes closed. I can do it with the mic off. And sometimes I meet people who say to me, we've seen you on stage. You have no fear. And I wish I was bold enough to say to them, cut me open. You will find another poet I wasn't bold enough to let out. Now, every time younger poets ask me, how do I blow up? It reminds me, I wasn't born a born poet. I had to teach myself how to explode. I had to become a landmine to land an audience that is mine. Writing is how I find myself. Writing is how I find my purpose. Writing is how I find the leader in me. I'm a poet with these words, but somewhere inside me when I write, I'm esoteric, so I have to write. I want to write. I want to write poems that will plant thoughts about planting trees, then call those poems poetries. I want to write. I want to write. I want to write about shapes and angles, and maybe say, be careful of circles. They make it hard for you to find a right angle. I want to write. I want to write. And maybe I can say, I'm not my mother's tribe. I am her pride. Because when I was born, my mother didn't say, ooh, Michael and Jean. She said, my son, I want to write. I want to write about the town I'm from and the city under the sun. I want to write. I want to write. I want to journey into the leadership that was before time. I want to write about the leaders of our time. I want to write. I want to write about sacrifice, about power, about justice, about peace, about technology, about minds that are minefields of education. I want to write just so I can say change doesn't come when our leaders change. Change comes when we accept the leader in us. I want to write. I want to write about Tunisia, about Ghana, about the people of Bamako. I want to write. I wasn't alive to see J.M. Karaoke's shadow, but ever since I read about him, his zeal for democracy and unity shadows me. I've got my own shadow. Each time I look at it, I ask, am I tall enough? Have I done enough? Do I make you think? Do I want to be the first thing on your mind? Or do I want to be at the back of your head, comfortably casting shadows, shadows that will comfortably host ninjas? Where is your sword? My word is my sword. We of the poetry tribe will write pieces that will draw the sun to send its rays to enlighten folks in villages, women in corridors, thugs in offices, bullies in schools, guns in peace missions, visionaries in social halls. In fact, clap, clap for DJs who won't retire and continue to make up words like Rabba Dabba Doo. This is for you to bring back songs of revolution, songs like Inazaka, Nakana, songs Kahizo, because ours is not a revolution of gun and violence. Ours is a revolution of the mind, spirit, and energy. And we are going to pick our movement by teaching those who did not say teach us. And we are going to walk around with t-shirts saying, we are not the real deal, we are what is real. Because to be real, Kenya is not fine. We are not fine. Beyonce, whew, Beyonce is fine. I have written for the likes. And I have written when I hated myself. I called an ambulance on myself. And poetry is the surgery that keeps saving me. I stay writing, so I don't need a comeback from. This is my drug, I trust it. I've seen drugs drag people to places they couldn't come back from. I have left Earth every time I have performed, proof that I cannot always be grounded. I'm not the reason why my mother's a grandmother. I'm the man who breaks chances by their spine until they can't take me anywhere. I know more about vapor than just the science taught to me in school. I have taken friendships to a boiling point and watched them evaporate. To a sky that has witnessed what I've seen. I've seen people with hands that couldn't stop shaking. I've heard the noises of solid voices seeking an uprising. That's why I don't freestyle. My voice is not light, it is weighty. I can't freestyle, my tongue is heavy. Not how they make jokes about my high notes, but seriously, this voice has opened doors and broken walls. I still have the chains from the time I said poetry free. I've got the memory stored like a WAV file. And I brought this in the kitchen because I'm a chef. I cook metaphors. I serve puns in tense, and that's intended. Before Jesus comes, I'm the shortcoming of breath. Before there was the last airbender, I mastered the Tai Chi. This is Kung Fu, I kick fools. Holy speaking, I'm scripture in a body. I body poets with my drafts in a heartbeat. My heart beats to voice the testament of my future squarely like an old Bible. I'm not Moses with a staff. I'm a God poet with the pen. I can make toxic relationships sound beautiful. I'm the magician with the pen, oozing words that dance like magic. Mike Magic might be my name, but if only my thoughts could shape my reality, I would free the consciousness of this country from political prison. It's a country for old men because we're sleeping on our youth. If only I could stop writing poems and use my pen to color the clouds of citizen dissatisfaction to darkness, maybe it would rain a revolution. Maybe light can only come after darkness. Maybe only mind revolutions can birth surface revolutions. A poet since birth means nothing if police brutality is immortal. Sometimes when I write and I aim right, I leave pages smelling like gunpowder. They say this how you kill a poem, except my boys are dying for real. No imagery, no dramatic effects. That's the drama that affects our nation. For as long as young people choose to ignore the repercussions of bad politics, the future will never be in our hands. What we will continue to have is a phone with features.
The biggest influence that we have is a traditional, and then we fuse to the contemporary one. Hey, wherever you are, if you know a very strong woman, just do nice. One more time.
Wawa from Malawi. My name is Chmba. Excited to be here. Let's groove.
I need you in the morning, but I need you now. Yeah, I find you, I give you all you need. I know what you like. I feel it coming. Time is of the essence. I try to teach you, but I need some lessons. I need to give it all. I try to live, but I can't. I don't know why you're the one. Turn me out of my mind. You don't need no other body. You don't need no other body. Only you feel on my body. Only you feel on my body. You don't need no other body.
Say that me the mess of my mind, and I mean it make you free of the mind. Say your body talk to me nice. Say now my love you didn't need for your life. Yeah, I love nothing like. Say you're really together, yeah, day and night. Yeah, if I leave you go by. Yeah, if you leave I go stroking your body, baby. Loving your body, baby. As you're winding your body, baby.
Looking for something you can't find. How long do you think it could last? Get at me, baby. Come at me, baby. You try to hide, but you can't. Sure, you don't see this type of life. How long do you think it could last? Get at me, baby. I'm trouble making trouble. Trouble is what excites me. No one can do it like me. Trouble is making trouble. I'm trouble making trouble. Trouble is what excites me. No one can do it like me. Trouble is making trouble.
We be running from a distance. Black love becomes some persistence. No time for the bull or the missions. When you come, I can put you in some Christians. Put you in some Christian. Little bit of Dio, yeah. What do you want? I got it. Could be your, yeah. What do you want? I want. You can be my girl. I could be your guy. We can do the vibe. Christian. Little bit of Dio, yeah. What do you want? I got it. Could be your, yeah. What do you want? I want. You can be my girl. I could be your guy. We can do the vibe.
Have you been looking for me? Looking for something you can't find. How long do you think it could last? Get at me, baby. I'm trouble making trouble. Trouble is what excites me. No one can do it like me. Trouble is making trouble. I'm trouble making trouble. Trouble is what excites me. No one can do it like me. Trouble is making trouble.
Whoa, you troublesome, please give me some. Don't be turned off when you see me on. I'm adjusting, looking like I'm Diddy's son. Fresh out, smells like a million. Let's get away, maybe Sancho Bay. Get out the circle and find your shape. You with a star, let's find our space. But a space bar, how we separate. We fight, you block me. I realize I'm lucky. I know they shine, but I'm shy, so buzz me. Tryna leave sane like the nigga Joe Budden. I got you if you got me. Peace.
No.
If she get mad, then he deserve congratulations. And from examination, she not the type where I feel give insemination. Oh, fantasy, you're too hot for Insifala. Hurricane coming sweet like sugar cane. Oh, no, je not the shower. And I got them at this. Oh, mommy, no shower. No shower. On shower, on shower. Uma guaxala, tu fita uma mola. Matando cococa, olivala. On wait, don't shower, don't shower. Yeah. We can go to the moon if you want. We can go to the room if you want. I feel feed you with spoon if you want, baby. Will you send me the groom if you want? Ha, Jimmy Choo if you want. If you choose, it be two if you want. Who be the motherfucker on the loop if you want? If you give him headshot, only cool if you want. Ha, chocolate, choco, Wally, Baba Coco. Ha, Mokwe, Omaroko. She feel like 69, like Sena Popo. Ọlọ́run mi gbà mí, ó ti fún mi lọ́rùn, ó ti ń pa mí. Ha, mo gbàdúrà mo ṣàmì, ó ti dùn jù kí n má lọ dá sí. Ó fantasy, ó tún wá fọyín sí falala. Hurricane coming sweet like sugar cane. Oh Lord, je not the shower. But I got them at this in the back. I'm on me, no shower. Shower.